So what is eelgrass? Eelgrass is an aquatic plant that grows in many parts of the world. The specific species we have in Morro Bay is Zostra marina. It grows in marine and brackish environments, primarily in the northern hemisphere. Eelgrass needs a very specific depth range to grow. If it's too deep, there won't be enough light for eelgrass. And if it's too shallow, then eelgrass blades can dry out when the tides fall. Eelgrass can also reproduce both through horizontal roots as well as through seeds that disperse with water. So why is eelgrass so important? Eelgrass is important to both people and wildlife. Underwater life, like invertebrates and fish, use eelgrass for both habitat and refuge. It's kind of like an underwater meadow filled with life. Birds like the black brant geese migrate from Alaska to feed directly on our eelgrass in Morro Bay. Eelgrass can also help to improve water quality by filtering out nutrients, and eelgrass roots can stabilize sediment to improve water clarity. Eelgrass can also buffer water chemistry for climate change through photosynthesis. So what has caused so much of our eelgrass to die off in the bay? Well, unfortunately, our historical data doesn't give us a clear answer to this question. There isn't a single driving factor that we can link to the decline that happened about 10 years ago. However, our more recent monitoring data has shown that at certain times of the year, we do have conditions in the bay that aren't as ideal for eelgrass health. There are a number of physical and biological factors that impact eelgrass growth. Water quality is a big factor. Eelgrass needs light to grow, and increased suspended sediment can reduce these light levels. Too much sediment can also directly cover eelgrass. Other water quality factors, such as temperature, salinity, pH, and oxygen, are also important. What is the current status of eelgrass in Morro Bay? Importantly, we have seen naturally occurring eelgrass return in recent years. Eelgrass in the mid and back bay has come back in areas where it previously declined. At first we saw small patches of eelgrass, and those have turned into larger beds. Historically, Morro Bay had about 200 to 400 acres of eelgrass. While we have a ways to go to get to these prior levels of habitat, we have seen an increase of about 15 to 20 acres in eelgrass in recent years, and we are encouraged that we are on an upwards trajectory. What is the estuary program doing to help restore eelgrass in Morro Bay? Recently, we have completed a number of restoration projects to better understand the best methods and timing for transplanting. Since 2017, we have planted over 8,000 plants at 21 locations in the bay. We visit these sites every few months to look at survival. Over the last 3 years, we've had over a 75% survival rate. Many of these plots have already started to grow together and hopefully create larger and more stable beds. Much of this work is also completed with volunteers, which help us to extend our efforts throughout the bay. For more information on eelgrass, please check out our website at mbnep.org. Thanks for listening.